InkBreaking.com.
InkBreaking.com.
Lesson 1. Introducing yourself.
Lesson 1.
Future
Introducing
tense.
yourself.
Questions
Future tense.
and answers.
Question and answer.
Jane will be a Yank. Will Jane be British or American?
Jane will be an American.
American. Jane will be a Yank. She will be American. Will she be an Australian?
No, she will be an American.
No, she won't be an Australian. Jane will be a Yank. She will be an American. Who will be a Yank?
Jane. Jane will be a Yank. She
Jane.
will be an
Jane will be a
American.
Yank. She will be an American. Jane will be sitting in the restaurant alone. Will Jane be sitting with a friend?
No, Jane won't be sitting
No,
in the
she
restaurant
won't.
alone.
Jane will be sitting in a restaurant alone. Who will Jane be sitting with?
No one. She will
She
be
won't be sitting
in
with
the
anyone.
restaurant
Jane
alone.
will be sitting in the restaurant alone. Will Jane be sitting in a hotel?
No, she won't sitting in the hotel. She will sit.
No,
will be
Jane will be sitting in the
Will
restaurant.
be sitting in the restaurant.
She will have just arrived in Vietnam. She will walk to a restaurant. Will Jane have lived in Vietnam for 6 months?
No, she won't leave Vietnam for 6 months. She
No,
will.
Jane won't have lived in Vietnam for 6 months. She will have just arrived in Vietnam.
Yes.
Will Jane walk to a restaurant?
Yes, she will walk to a restaurant.
Yes, Jane will walk to a restaurant. She will walk to a restaurant. Will Jane take a taxi to a museum?
No, she won't take a taxi to a museum.
No, Jane won't take a taxi to a museum. She will walk to a restaurant. She will know no one in Vietnam, and she will be sitting by herself. Will Jane have many friends in Vietnam?
No, she will know no one in Vietnam.
No, Jane won't have many friends in Vietnam. She will know no one in Vietnam. How many people will Jane know in Vietnam?
None. She will know nobody
None.
in Vietnam.
She will know no
and
one in Vietnam.
have no friends in Vietnam.
Why will Jane be sitting alone?
Because she will know no one in Vietnam.
She will be sitting alone because she will know no one in Vietnam. Jane will be feeling a little lonely because she will know no one and have no friends in Vietnam. Why will Jane be feeling lonely?
Because she will know no one and have no friends in Vietnam.
Jane will be feeling lonely because she will know no one and have no friends in Vietnam. Will Jane be feeling lonely because she has no job?
No, she won't
No.
be.
Jane will be feeling lonely
lonely
because she will know
knows
no
job.
one and
Because
have no friends in
she
Vietnam.
will be. Yes.
Will Jane have many friends in Vietnam?
None. She will know no
No,
one and
she won't have many
no
friends in Vietnam.
friends in
She
Vietnam.
will know no one and have no friends in Vietnam. Quan will walk in, order his food, and sit at the table next to Jane's. Will Quan sit outside the restaurant at a table?
No, he will walk
No.
in
Quan
the
won't sit
restaurant.
outside the restaurant at a table. He will sit at the table next to Jane's. Will Quan walk out of the restaurant?
No, he won't walk out in the restaurant.
No.
He
He won't
will
walk
walk
out of the
in
restaurant.
the
He will
restaurant
walk
and
in,
sit at the
order his
table
food,
next to
and sit at the
Jane's.
table next to Jane's. Where will Quan sit in the restaurant?
At the table, he will sit at the table next to Jane.
At the table next to Jane. He will sit at the table next to Jane's and begin a conversation with Jane. He will begin a conversation with Jane. Who will begin a conversation with Jane?
Quan, he will begin a conversation with Jane.
Quan. Quan will start a conversation with Jane. Quan will start talking to her. Will he finish a conversation with Jane?
No, he won't finish a conversation with Jane.
No,
He
Quan won't finish his
will
conversation,
start a conversation with Jane.
He will begin to talk to Jane. What will Quan begin with Jane?
A conversation.
A conversation. Quan will
Quan
begin a conversation
will
with
begin
Jane.
a conversation with Jane.
Quan will ask Jane questions to get to know her better. Will Quan ask Jane questions to hire her for a job?
No, Quan will ask Jane a question to get to know her
No,
better.
Quan won't ask Jane questions to hire her for a job. Quan will ask Jane questions to get to know her better. Why will Quan ask Jane questions?
Quan will ask Jane a question to
Quan
get to
will
know
ask
her
Jane
better.
questions to get to know her better. Will Quan tell Jane a story to amuse Jane?
No. Quan
No,
ask her
Quan
a
won't tell
question
Jane a story to amuse Jane. Quan will ask Jane questions to get to know her better. Jane will tell Quan her story and why she is in Vietnam. Will Jane refuse to talk to Quan?
No, Jane won't refuse to talk to Quan. She will
No, Jane won't refuse to talk to Quan. Jane will tell Quan her story and why she is in Vietnam. What will Jane tell Quan?
Her story.
Her story and why she's in
Jane will tell
Vietnam.
Quan her story and why
Jane
she
will
is
tell
in
Quan her
Vietnam.
story and why she is in Vietnam. Will Jane sing songs to Quan?
No, Jane won't sing song to
No,
Quan.
she
Jane
won't sing songs to
will
Quan.
tell
Jane
Quan
will
her
tell Quan her
story
story and why she
she's
is in Vietnam.